Hello everyone and welcome once again to Accounting Tax SOS, where we cover everything accounting and taxes. In this video we will be covering the child tax credit, how it affects your taxes, how to calculate it, and what is the child tax credit. So without further ado, let's get started. So some of these concepts might get a little confusing. To help simplify things, I've made a little example family. Here you have Bill. Bill's the father. You have Jan next to Bill. Jan is the mother. They are married filing jointly. They have a child, the youngest child, named Tom. Tom has an older sister named Sally, and Tom and Sally have an older brother named Jake. Now, for this example, the ages of the mom and the dad, they don't really matter. What we're focused on is the ages of the children. And to indicate that Jake graduated high school, I just drew a graduation cap on his head. That will come into play a little later. So there are 3 qualifying children, and that is important. I'll explain a little bit later, but there's 3 qualifying children because they are all under the age of 19. So how many child tax credits can the parents claim on their return? Even though Jake is a qualifying child, he does not meet the age requirement to qualify for the child tax credit. Jake must be under the age of 17 to qualify for this credit. So there are only 2 qualifying children for this credit, which is Tom and Sally. For me to effectively explain to you guys how the child tax credit affects Bill and Jan's taxes, we are going to take a quick look at the 1040 and see what kind of information we'll need. Here we are with the 2016 Individual Income Tax Return Form 1040. If you're not familiar with the 1040, it is 2 pages long. Here's the first page. The top portion is all the personal information like name, addresses, social securities. The filing status is the next one. We are going to do married filing jointly for this example. The exemptions, that is an important part of this example because that directly affects your taxes. So we're going to do one for Bill, one for Jan. And dependents, they have 3 dependents, the 3 children. That's Tom Green, that's Sally, and we have Jake Green. And we're not going to mess with this stuff because I'm not going to make up social security numbers, but that comes and flows over here. So 6A and 6B, we have 2. And then on 6C, that is 3, for a total of 5 exemptions. For the income, we're just going to do an even $100,000 because that is simple. We're not going to mess with taxable interest and all this other stuff. We're just going to go straight down to the bottom for an adjusted gross income of $100,000. Line 37 just flows over to line 38, so you put 100,000 there. And here is where our exemptions come in. They can either itemize deductions or standardize. Their standard deduction would be $12,600, but they are going to itemize because they have 5 exemptions. These 5 exemptions will equal well over the $12,600 mark for standardized deductions. This is why they're itemizing, so they can each receive $4,050 for each of their family members, which will equal $20,250 total. And that's the amount we're going to enter here in line 42 for the exemptions. And then we'll proceed to line 43. This is your taxable income. This is found by subtracting your exemption amount from your AGI of $100,000. This number will be $79,750. What we'll do with this number is we'll go to the tax brackets table married filing jointly. Now we're going to use our taxable income to compute our taxes owed for the greens. Here we are at the 2017 tax bracket and rate schedule. Okay, so our taxable income is $79,750, and that falls between these two numbers here, the $75,900 and the $153,100. So under the tax owed, it says here you take $10,452.50 and you add 25% of the excess over the $75,900. And I'm going to walk you guys through that process right now. Okay guys, here we are. We're about to calculate some taxes. Don't be alarmed because there's about to be a lot of numbers. That is only because I'm being fully transparent with you all and I'm showing every single step along the way. But you guys can do it however you like. You guys can type in the equation and get the answer quickly. But I'm going to show you guys how to get this step by step. First, you take the $10,452.50 and you're going to add that at the end, but we're going to carry it along the way. So when you take $79,750 minus $75,900, you get $3,850. And then we're going to bring down that $10,000 once again, and we're going to multiply $3,850 times 25% to get $962.50. And lastly, we're just going to add those together to get $11,415. Okay, so we are back on page 2 of the 1040, line 44. This is where we enter the value of $11,415 as our tax. This amount here, this is the amount of taxes that you should have paid throughout the year. If you want to check, you can see on your W-2 that your employer gives you to show you if your federal taxes adds up to that, because you're not going to go to the IRS and write a check for $11,415. No, you are paying that through the year for federal taxes. So we are going to go down now to line 52. It says child tax credit. It says to attach 8812, but you don't have to do that because it's not that difficult to figure out your child tax credit. There are some things that limit your child tax credit, which we're not going to get into this video, like the exemption amounts and how much you can include under those provisions. But in this case, we only had $2,000 of child tax credit for Tommy and Sally because they were under the age of 17 and they were qualifying children. So we will write that in there, $2,000. And next we take line 55 and insert $2,000 because we're adding lines 48 through 54, which are all our credits. And the only credits we have are the child tax credits. Line 47, I forgot to put a value in there. It's just lines 44, 45, and 46 added together. And the only tax we had was the $11,415. So that makes it simple. That's all we put in line 47. For line 66, what you do is you subtract $2,000 from your tax, which is line 47, 11,415, and then you get a value of $9,415. And then we can go ahead and put this on line 56. There it is. And some of you guys might be wondering what exactly this number represents. This number is the amount of taxes after you deduct the $2,000 of credits from the $11,000 total taxes that you're supposed to owe. So your tax credits that are on the left-hand side there, 48 through 54, those can only reduce your taxes to 0. So in this case, more than likely you will receive a tax refund of around $2,000 because your taxes on line 47 is $2,000 different than the amount on line 56. Okay guys, Thank you so much for watching. That was the child tax credit simplified. Hopefully that made sense, and hopefully that helped you guys a little bit. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.